Welcome once again to Commander by Dina. Today's video was brought to us by Patreon supporter Tiz. Huge thanks to Tiz and the rest of my Patreon supporters. Tiz reached out asking for assistance with their Dina Soul Steeper deck, and I was more than happy to help. Also, and I know it's annoying to keep hearing this, but statistically if I don't ask you to like and subscribe, the video gets fewer subscribers. Dina Soul Steeper is a 2-mana 1/3 legendary Dryad Druid. Whenever we gain life, each opponent loses 1 life. Additionally, we may pay 1 and sacrifice a creature. If we do, Dina Soul Steeper gets +X/+0 until the end of turn, where X is the sacrificed creature's power. Now, we could go for an Aristocrats build with Dina. Many of the payoffs in Aristocrat decks gain us life. I should note that the trigger on Dina, draining our opponents whenever we gain life, is for each instance of life gain. So if we cast a big spell that gains us a ton of life, we only drain our opponents for 1. But if we gain 1 life from 10 different triggers, that triggers Dina 10 times. Now, a lot of Tiz's decks are slow and methodical. They are ponderous decks that seem unthreatening but then suddenly win out of nowhere. This deck is no different. If you're looking for a fast combo deck, this ain't it. But if you're looking for something methodical and reliable with many plans of attack, this deck might be for you. But before we get to our deck list, a quick word from our sponsor, Ultimate Guard. I know I'm sponsored, so you may not believe me, but Ultimate Guard katanas are the best sleeves on the planet. They have gorgeous colors like these new turquoise ones, are durable and long-lasting, and an absolute joy to shuffle. Let Ultimate Guard protect your cards with katanas. Pick yours up today at your local game store or order them on Amazon. Link down below. In order to build a functional commander deck, you need lots of different pieces, which is why I try to rely on my handy-dandy checklist. 50 mana sources, usually split between 37 lands and 13 pieces of ramp, 10 pieces of card advantage, 8 to 10 pieces of spot removal, 2 to 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate, and 1 sudden I win card. Oh, one more quick announcement before we get started. I'm currently streaming with my son over on Musings by Dina as well as Twitch. It'll mostly be Final Fantasy XIV, but you're more than welcome to pop in and talk about Commander. Honestly, about half my streams are talking about manga, anime, or Commander. Our land base consists of Command Tower, Exotic Orchard, City of Brass, Nurturing Peatland, Undergrowth Stadium, Deathcap Glade, Twilight Mire, Tainted Wood, Llanowar Wastes, Darkboar Pathway, Necroblossom Snarl, Temple of Malady, Takanuma Abandoned Mire, Castle Garenbrig, Castle Lochthwain, Sapseep Forest, Bajuka Bog, Ghost Quarter, Rogue's Passage, 7 Swamps, and 10 Forests. Not the most expensive mana base, but not exactly cheap either. You could add fetches in the Shockland if you wanted to increase the power level, but they're not necessary. For mana ramp, we've got Herald of the Pantheon, Nyxbloom Ancient, Sanctum Weaver, Vorinclex Voice of Hunger, Soul Ring, Arcane Signet, Talisman of Resilience, Emerald Medallion, Jet Medallion, Mindstone, Wild Growth, Fertile Ground, Overgrowth, Wolf Willow Haven, Cultivate, Kodama's Reach, and Sakura Tribe Elder. A good mix of mana rocks, cost reducers, and other ways to increase our mana generation. I know, Vorinclex is a salt-inducing card, but it's not like we have a way to cheat him into play or anything. Our card advantage package consists of Eternal Witness, Setessan Champion, Toski Bearer of Secrets, Verduran Enchantress, Grim Tutor, Reanimate, Journey to Eternity, Vampiric Tutor, Eidolon of Blossoms, Guardian Project, Ayara, First of Lochthwain, Vanewitch Coven, and Phyrexian Arena. A good mix of card draw, tutors, and graveyard recursion, as it should be. For interaction and spot removal, we've got Bane of Progress, Casualties of War, Maelstrom Pulse, Pest Infestation, Beast Within, Fell the Profane, Nature's Claim, Putrefy, Song of the Dryads, Mortality Spear, Return to Nature, and Witch of the Moors. Lots of ways to keep our opponents in line. Our board wipes consist of Culling Ritual, Pernicious Deed, and Toxic Deluge. Simple and powerful. The core of our deck consists of Warehouse Tabby, Screams from Within, Wicked Visitor, Grim Guardian, Essence Warden, Death Greeter, Marauding Blight Priest, Starscape Cleric, Veto Thorn of the Dusk Rose, Witherbloom Apprentice, Chain of Smog, and Retreat to Hagra. Supporting our plan, we've also got Nylea, God of the Hunt, Nylea's Colossus, Nyxborn Hydra, Not Dead After All, Aetherflux Reservoir, and Whip of Erebos. Plenty of ways to close out the game. Now that we have our deck list, let's compare it to our checklist. 54 mana sources split between 36 lands, 17 pieces of ramp, and 1 MDFC. A little high, but some of our mana ramp also serves as a win con. 13 pieces of card advantage, 12 pieces of interaction, 3 board wipes, 2 pieces of graveyard hate in Return to Nature and Bojuka Bog, 1 sudden I win card in Chain of Smog. I'm sure many of you caught the 2-card combo of Chain of Smog and Witherbloom Apprentice, but for those who don't know the combo, allow me to explain. Witherbloom Apprentice says that whenever we cast or copy an instant or sorcery spell, each opponent loses 1 life and we gain 1 life. Chain of Smog is a sorcery that says target player discards 2 cards from their hand. That player may copy this spell and choose a new target for the copy. So we cast Chain of Smog targeting ourselves, and then choose to copy it 1,000 times. Sure, we have no cards left in hand, but our opponents are all dead. The other combo in this deck is one that Tiz has been wanting to see happen for years. Warehouse Tabby combined with Screams from Within and Wicked Visitor. Allow me to explain. Warehouse Tabby says that whenever an enchantment we control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, we create a 1/1 black rat creature token with "This creature can't block." Screams from Within is an aura that enchants creatures. It gives enchanted creature -1/-1. Additionally, when the creature dies, we return Screams from Within from our graveyard to the battlefield. Auras must attach to a permanent. All we need is 1 rat token from Warehouse Tabby, and we can infinitely loop putting Screams from Within on the newly generated rat. But that's boring. Wicked Visitor makes the combo end the game. Wicked Visitor says that whenever an enchantment we control is put into a graveyard from the battlefield, each opponent loses 1 life. So this combo also ends the game. But at the end of the day, this is a slow and methodical deck. We take our time, build our mana base, remove the occasional permanent or board wipe. Maybe we stall out the game with a giant Pernicious Deed. Maybe leave it on the table for a few turns while our opponents hesitate to play any cards. Regardless, Tiz should have a lot of fun with their new deck. Do you have a Dina Soulsteeper deck? What's your secret deck tech? Leave a comment below. Thanks for tuning in. Once again, a huge shout out to my editor Cutestuff. I couldn't make these videos without her. If you'd like to hire her to edit your own videos, she can be reached at cutestuff.edits@gmail.com. Link is down below. If you're looking for ways to support the channel directly, you can head on over to patreon.com/Dana. You can have a video made or just ask for help building or tuning a deck list. I also wanted to give a quick shout out to all of my patrons: Waffles, Jiraiya, Muffins, Marcus, Brett, Roxy, Alex, Borgie, Nazwan Konga, Aaron, Chris, Robert, William Pye, Kazaris, Booksu, Patrick, Naffy Noodle, Tiz, Art, Richard, Devon, Lucius, Sint, and Om. You guys are awesome. I post new Commander Deck videos every weekday, so be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified of new videos. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all again next time on Commander by Dina.